Alright guys, Aaron here for the love of tech, and I know exactly what you are thinking. Tiger King, episode 2, just finished it. She killed his husband. There's no way in the world she did it, she killed it. What do you think? Without giving me any spoilers, where were you at episode 2? Did she do it or did she didn't do it? But one thing we do know for sure is she did not have a Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra to do this mid to low end camera shootout, but we do. So you've seen me do some camera comparisons with the high end, Note 10 Plus, iPhone 11 Pro Max, Pixel 4 XL. All that has been done. Beautiful, looks great, amazing. But over here in this hand, we've got something a little bit more different. We have the PocoPhone. That's right, the Poco F1, made by XIAOMI. And this, look at this camera setup. It's not the most impressive thing you've ever seen. Over here, I have the beautiful, wonderful OnePlus 6T MCLAREN. That is right, this thing is gorgeous. It's got like carbon fiber looking into it. It's all mirrored and beautiful, and it's one of the snappiest phones I've ever touched in my life. And then we have this monster, the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. You see the size of that camera hump. Look at that. It's massive. It's got all these lenses. It's got all these stuff. It, of course, is going to deliver us, me and you, right here today, the best picture out of these three. We've kind of got a top tier mid-range, a low-end budget phone, and the most expensive smartphone I've ever purchased in my life. So we're gonna go ahead and look at all three of these pictures together, and we're gonna see which one do we think belongs to which camera. Some of them I'm gonna tell you outright, others I'm gonna say, which one do you think it is? And then at the end of the video, we're gonna go ahead and do a quick little slideshow to actually show you which phone belonged to which picture. So we're gonna have some fun. I'm about to make my editor, Zach, do a whole bunch more work than he was really anticipating. So hopefully we'll still be okay to release this video Monday by about 5:30, 6:30 a.m. So if it's not done by then, guys, hold Zach accountable, let him know, stop slacking off. Let's get into the pictures. Go ahead and take a look at these photos. One of these three photos was taken by the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. One of these phones was taken by the XIAOMI PocoPhone F1, and the other one is taken by the OnePlus 6T McLaren. Head down to the comments and tell me right now which one do you think belongs to which picture. Then at the end of it, we'll go ahead and we'll compare your results and comment on your own comment and let me know if you were right. So here we go, picture number 2. If you look here, let's go ahead and take a look at the PocoPhone. The PocoPhone does a really good job of saturating the dark colors, making them pop, making them stand out. It did pick up the glare in the glasses from the sky off in the distance, but it still was a really, really good looking picture. Now let's go ahead and move on to the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. And if you can see, like I'm seeing, it does a good job of removing the reflection of the light coming in from the sky through the door, which you can clearly see in the Poco. It looks good in the OnePlus as well. I think it actually removed that reflection the best. I think it's gonna go to the OnePlus 6T. But which one of these photos do you think looks the best? So here's another picture. It's kind of hard to tell which one took which picture because in my opinion, they all came out practically identical. They all did a really good job of honing in on the actual subject and then creating that kind of artificial bokeh effect in the background, which I think really, really worked. But the Ultra, if you take a look at it, I don't know, it gave us the most of that bokeh effect without really making it a portrait picture. And what I like is they all maintained the straw. And that was one of the things that I was going for in the photo. You know, the iPhone is really known for cutting the straw off. And someone had posted a picture up the other day about that and said, how come the iPhone's so bad bad at taking portraits of straws and cups, and I said, well, straws aren't people, and that's why. And the iPhone really focuses in on faces more than anything. This one, I actually have portrait mode activated. They all handled the situation very different. I'm gonna skip right to the chase, and I'm gonna go right to the Ultra. This one, in my opinion, is the best looking one out of all of them. And the second one, I actually am gonna give it to the Poco. The Poco did require me to pull back the camera until the depth of field perception technology activated, but I will say I like the Poco picture over the OnePlus 6 picture. And I think the PocoPhone, I think you can buy like under $300 right now on Amazon. So what I want to show you guys with this picture here, and how I started off and I zoomed in on the pollen, or the seeds, if you will, of this flower, because I really wanted to highlight and showcase the power of that 108 megapixel camera. So now we're going to go ahead and flip it, and we're going to do the exact same thing with the PocoPhone. Now we're gonna do the exact same thing with the OnePlus 6T. So what I wanted to show you is just how much more detail we can get when we're using that 108 megapixel camera. We can still zoom in and we can still look and do all sorts of stuff, but how well does it actually retain the details of what it's zooming in on? Does having 108 megapixels actually do anything? So we go ahead and we look, and we have to break it down on the kind of the micro level in order to tell. I don't think there's a clear-cut winner, but there is an advantage if we have to do some edits, and that would be in the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. So this is a really fun shot, and this is another one of those shots that I'm gonna ask you, pause, take this in, and I want you to tell me which device took which picture. Head down to the comments, let me know. At the end of this video, we will go ahead and reveal those answers, and then you could go ahead and comment whether you were right or not. Let's have a little bit of fun. But one of these pictures, in my opinion, there is a clear-cut winner. The web is carrying and holding these beautiful water droplets. But which one of these do you think, if we zoom in on those droplets now, is the actual best one? Because yeah, we can take a look at the picture and we can say, hey, you know, which one is the best looking one? But when we really zoom in and we look at the details of the nature of these amazing things going on in our ecosystem all around us, which one is gonna look the best? This one, again, creates and gave me that bokeh effect without it being a portrait shot, and it did a phenomenal job. But if we just move over to the PocoPhone, I think the PocoPhone is superior over the OnePlus 6T in this scenario. The reason is that if you look at the leaves off to the left side of it, the water droplets are more defined. It maintained more of that definition, more of that data, that information that allowed us to see those droplets even better. Now, when we go over to the Ultra, I still prefer the PocoPhone picture over the Ultra. Which one do you prefer and why? Tell you guys what I think all the time. I want to know what you think. This is just an amazing shot. Social distancing, can't really go out, not going places, the normal things that I normally do. So you guys are stuck looking at me taking pictures of leaves in my backyard with water droplets on it. Now, the good news is these all look phenomenal, but if I had to guess, if this was a blind test, which one would I like the most? I think I like picture number 2 the most. And we're gonna go ahead and reveal at the end of this video which one of these phones took which picture, so don't go anywhere. Thanks Nomadic Gear for supporting the channel. I'm kind of known for spending a ridiculous amount of money on luggage and high-end backpacks. Then I came across Nomadic bags and I absolutely fell in love with the Nomadic backpack, and now I'm in love with the Nomadic Carry-On Pro. This is a 2-bag-in-1 type of deal and it will not disappoint you. If you're in the market for some new luggage, a messenger bag, or a backpack that's big enough to take on a trip and still carry on the plane, then look no further. Take a moment and check them out. Link is in the description. Don't forget to click on the red sale link at the top of the page. You'll thank me later. Back to the video. This picture on the surface doesn't look that exciting. However, what I really liked about it was all of the water droplets on the leaves. Kind of like the last photo, I found another little cluster with more water droplets on the leaf. Which one do you think took the better picture? Which one of these do you prefer? My personal opinion, I'm going to give this one to the Ultra hands down. I feel, you know, I don't know why. I look at that picture and that's the one that I'm drawn to more than any of them. And it's not because it's new, shiny, and an expensive one. I think the OnePlus and the Poco still did a great job. I think that the OnePlus made the colors of the leaves a little bit darker, and I don't appreciate that. I think greens should be nice and bright, not quite neon, but they should be nice and bright. So in this situation here, I would give it to the Poco and the Ultra as a straight tie, in my opinion. I think both of these look phenomenal. So I take back my statement about the Ultra being the winner. I think the PocoPhone did just a good job as the Ultra did. Now, I want you to know that I took this in almost the complete pitch dark in my studio. We have the OnePlus 6T, which did a great job. I think they call it Nightscape. We have the Poco, which unfortunately did not do that good of a job. It failed miserably here with night mode, but in all defense, the Poco's a $300 phone, and when it launched, I don't think it came with night mode. It wasn't something that was on the radar or ready to be released, and now it is. Now we're looking at the Ultra. If we go ahead and I have to pick between a OnePlus and the Ultra, I think I'm gonna go with the OnePlus. And I know that sounds crazy, but I think the OnePlus did a really good job. The Ultra did phenomenal, but I just don't feel like I should give a win to the Ultra just because it did a good job. And I'm kind of looking at like the age of the OnePlus 6T, and it's still competing with top tier brand new shiny flagship devices. So OnePlus, give yourself a pat on the frickin' back because you have earned it. So for our last photo, it is me in the studio just taken a couple moments ago, and you can actually see I've got the bokeh, the portrait activated. You know, I'm just chilling here taking a picture, seeing how that looks. I mean, they all did such a great job. The Poco made me a little bit brighter than I would have liked. The OnePlus and the Ultra did phenomenal. If I have to pick side by side, I'm gonna have to give it to the Ultra. I think that it did a really good job at keeping the color of my skin and the OnePlus kind of made my face a little different color, at least in my opinion. What do you think? Tell me what your thoughts are. But now for the big reveal. We're gonna go ahead and run through the slideshow, and we're gonna find out whether or not the photos you picked belonged to the cameras that you picked. So let's go ahead and roll that right now. All right, guys, there you go. Thanks for checking out the video. Thanks for dropping your comments, and thank you very much for participating in this great camera shootout test comparison. Don't know exactly what we're gonna call it yet, but I had fun making it, and hopefully you had some fun watching it. And speaking of having fun, if you wanna have some more fun with me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. That way you are notified when we're about to have some more fun together. And if you really like the video, please consider giving me a thumbs up. And if you wanna hit the thumbs down button, you can do that too, but we do not encourage the thumbs down button. For the love of tech, till next time, namaste.